What's up, brothers and sisters? I am your host, your brother, your professor, Mr. O'Neal Barnaby, founder and director of the Black Math Academy, here with another video showing you what intelligent black society is all about. A fundamental mathematical concept that everyone should know are percents. So today I'm going to talk about percent problems and how to deal with them. I know that there have been students who have been frustrated with these kinds of problems. They get upset about how to set them up properly so you can solve for whatever you're trying to solve for. So today I'm going to give you a vantage point or a new way of looking at them so that you can set them up properly and solve them efficiently. So I'm about to make being smart look good. All right, so first let me give you an example to illustrate how to go about solving them efficiently and looking at them. So, question. What is 25% of 200? All right, so that's the question. What is 25% of 200? So a great way to deal with the percent problem is that we can literally translate every word in the sentence into its mathematical counterpart and then set that up as an algebraic equation. Let me show you. So the word what represents something that you don't know in mathematics. So what do you call something you don't know in mathematics? Well, wouldn't it be the variable? So the value x, or whatever letter you're trying to replace it with. So what means the variable, or x? Is, that's supposed to be an S. The word is represents the equal sign. When something is something, it equals it. So is literally means the equal sign. 25%, when it comes to percent problems, you have to turn the percent into a decimal to be able to actually do the calculations. So turn 25% into its decimal version by moving the decimal point 2 times to the left. So 25% becomes 0.25. The word of literally means multiply. So of means multiply. And then 200 is just a number, 200. So that comes along for the ride, 200. And voila, you have your algebraic equation. And you just solve it like any other algebraic equation. So x is equal to 0.25 times 200. And doing some quick math, x would equal, 50. So x is 50. There's your 25% of 200. What I should also illustrate is that when it comes to percent problems, there are really 3 values that's in every percent problem. You have the percent, you have the value you're trying to take the percent of, and the result of what happens when you take the percent of that value. So those 3 numbers are in every percent problem. And this particular method of translating every word into its mathematical counterpart will work for no matter which of those 3 values is missing. For example, let me give you, let's say it said 50 is what percent of 200. So the difference here is that in the first problem, the result is what we were looking for. In this problem, what we're looking for is the percent now. What percent? So that value is missing. But the same way we solved the first one in terms of setting it up is going to be the exact same method we're going to use for this second problem as well. So 50, that's just a number. So 50 comes along for the ride. Is, the phrase is means equals to, so equals what percent, that's something we don't know. So anything you don't know in mathematics, you call it your variable. We'll call it x for now. What percent of, the word of literally means multiply, 200. And there you go. 50 is equal to x times 200, and you can just solve this like any other algebraic equation. So 50 equals 200x. Divide both sides by 200, and you get 50 over 200 is 1/4, and that is what x is. Now, since I put it in fraction form, but the question is asking it for a percent, so what you would do is literally divide these two, 1 divided by 4. But everyone at this point should know that when you're dividing by 4, that means you're talking about quarters, and 1/4, just like money, is equal to 25 cents, and in this case, 25%. So here is the answer. And as you can see, the exact same method of translation works for both of these problems. Allow me to give you one more to really show. So let's say 50 is 25% of what number? All right, so now in this third question, 50 is 25% of what number? What's missing in this case is what we're trying to take the percent of. That value is what we're missing in this particular problem. So again, the exact same method, translating every word into its mathematical counterpart is going to work once again. 50, that's just a number, means equal to 25%. Again, percent, you want to turn those into decimals when you're doing the actual calculation. So move the decimal point in the percent 2 times to the left to turn it. So 25% becomes 0.25. Of literally means multiply. And what number is something that we don't know. And anything in mathematics that you don't know, you call it your variable. So we'll call it x once again. All right. So 50 is equal to 0.25 times x. It's just another algebraic equation, and you can solve it just like any other algebraic equation. So 50 is equal to 0.25x. Here you would divide both sides by 0.25. And the result of this, I'll put it next to it here. X would be equal to 50 divided by 0.25 is 200. And there you have it. So basically what I did was take the first question and write it 3 times, but just replaced each missing part. So I could demonstrate which pieces you should be looking for and also how to set them up. So translations is a good way to set these percent problems up into algebraic equations. And algebraic equations are pretty simple in terms of how to solve them. And there you go. All right. So, the Black Math Academy demonstrates once again why it's your premier source for mathematics tutoring. We are clear, we are concise, and we are articulate, which makes us without peer. Don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe, and follow to all of our social media pages, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. And always remember that it's difficult to free fools from the chains they revere. That's where it's at.